Excuse me, Agent Vodello?
Hello, darling. Are you back for another dance?
No, I'm here to warn you. I think there's a monster in the lake.
You mean the hideous hulking lungfish of Lake Oblongata? Darling, every summer camp has its stories, but that's all they are.
This one ate Dogen's brains.
Now stop spreading rumors. I know Dogen seems a little naive, but he's actually a very powerful psychic. You know what it's like to stand out, Rasputin, so maybe you could help him out, eh?
Well, I just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Oh, how nice. Isn't it a lovely day? It just seems like on a beautiful day like this, nothing could go wrong, you know?
Well, that's not obvious. Anyway, we now have the powers of levitation, and we could just take the canoe back, but there's really no point. We can just do this. Now, getting this levitation power basically opens up the rest of the camp to us. There are a few things that require a couple of outstanding regular powers, or, well, things that we've already gotten. But by and large, well, I can finish just about everything in the camp. And I'm going to do so. Now, one of the big things is that this particular area, you're only really supposed to be able to get that challenge marker, and that's about it. As you can see, there are a few things floating around up on top of this house and the general area, but you're not really supposed to be able to get there yet. See, it should be fairly obvious that you can jump to that rock and then jump to that opening.
Shore, we have a special on dream fluffs. You hear me? Dream fluffs. They're good for you. Keep a pocket full of these for a quick boost of mental health.
Whoops. Invisible wall. So why can't we just walk over there? Well, because Bobby is still blocking the way. And he will be up until just a little bit later. But, well...
Hey, Bobby. Wasn't that great when I beat you in that levitation race?
I love that little shit-eating grin. Anyway, he's really supposed to be blocking your way for now, and, Cruller, what's your opinion on that?
Admiral Cruller? That canoe, are you in love with it?
What? No, I'm just checking it for psychic residue. Some kind of fish has been tearing holes in our canoes, and I'm trying to pick up its scent. Ah, don't worry now, baby. Nobody's ever gonna hurt you again. I promise.
I guess we'll leave him to that. Right, well, we're not supposed to be able to get up there, but there's a little oversight with the roof here. If you can jump on this rock and then get the right levitation going, you can execute a second jump, which will let you jump over here, and bam! A little bit of sequence breaking. That only took a couple minutes, but I figure that me falling into the water is not something you really need to see. This gives us access to one of our scavenger hunt items, the diving helmet, and a goodly number of cards. This also gives us access to a little area that we're not really supposed to be looking at all yet. But it doesn't break anything, so there's no trouble. Do note that the invisible wall doesn't just go away if you happen to jump at it from this side. So if you lose your balance over here, you're gonna have to re-jump up to the roof all over again. It's not easy. to get back here if you just happen to fall in the water.
Remember to keep filling up those scavenger hunt forms. We got a couple of big
here's an
promotions
interesting
for the winner.
device. This is what Raz was asking Bobby about earlier, that thing up on the docks. It is a... I'm sure we'll figure it out later. And as you can see, that finished this entire area.
Hey!
And Bobby is still a jerk. Before we get too far, let's check out the notice board. It might have some interesting things to say.
Lily, I'm sorry if this hurts you, but you should know. Milka and I have fallen in love. I don't know how it happened. Does anyone ever really know? The heart wants what it wants. Friends, Elton. P.S. I have your last homework assignment. If you want to meet me sometime, I can give it to you. Lily, if you want your last homework assignment, you can find it at the bottom of Lake Oblongata, where I put it, which is where I'll put you and those hoes, Frankie and Kitty, if you ever mess with Elton again. Understood? Milka. Hey, has anyone seen Kitty? She went down to the beach for a swim and hasn't come back. If you see her, please tell her I'm down in the woods by the lake looking for her. Frankie. Alien visitors, please be advised that I have discovered bizarre alien life on home planet and need to investigate before traveling to your galaxy. The subject has grotesque calcium protrusions in the mouth area and a pronounced hair-like tumor on top of his head. Definitely an ambassador from another galaxy. We'll resume communication once the subject has been isolated. Chloe. Story time this afternoon. Gifted storyteller Vernon Tripe will be thrilling audiences in the TV lounge this afternoon with his gripping tales. My Russian associate and I are pleased to announce that our protection services are now available to the public on a contractual basis. So if you're getting grief from a bully or a thug, come see Maloof and Mikhail. Protection is our business. Okay, we tried to spread our cheer all over camp, but once again this year we were met with meanness and cruelty. So I'm sorry to say this is the end. Crystal and I are taking measures to make sure we never get teased again. You will all be very, very sorry. Goodbye, Clem Foot. And P.S. Do not come by the roof of the main lodge anytime soon, because our plan is secret, and you can't stop us anyway. Crystal. Still with the hearts, though. Lily, I'm sorry if this hurts you, but you should know.
And that's just gonna repeat. Interestingly, the exchange between Elton and Milka there is part of the Friendster profiles that were made for this game as a characterization exercise. Speaking of Elton...
Whoa! Elton, I hope you're not waiting for me. Oh, jeez, sorry. Carry on, sailor. Hey, you guys want to go do something? Watch TV or something? Want to help me find Dogen's brains? They're missing. Hey, I beat Bobby in this levitation race. It was pretty cool. I got a oarsman's badge, so I can get us a canoe if you guys want to go canoeing. Have you guys ever jumped down these big hollow stumps they have all around camp? No? Okay, I'm gonna go back to Sasha's secret lab now. If you guys need me, that's where I'll be. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Sasha. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Sasha's secret lab.
Well, despite Raz's insistence that we're going back to Sasha's secret lab, we're not quite making our way that way yet. We've got a few more people to find. Including a couple of people who are doing some terrifying secret works on the roof. But not right now. Instead, there are a couple of things out here that we haven't been able to get yet. For instance, this acorn, which the squirrel keeps on stealing when you leave, requires invisibility to grab it. That's it. This miner skull that's stuck in the geyser here,
It's wedged into that little geyser.
as Raz helpfully tells us, we still can't get. That is the single item in the entire camp that is out of our reach now. Not for long, but long enough. And then he exploded. Also, we can kill bears. I don't know if you noticed. Takes 3 Psy Blasts. It's very easy. You could technically punch them to death, but that's a really bad idea. Now, Chloe is not on her spot here, which is interesting. Instead, we can see something going on over there, and Chloe actually down there talking to Nils. Let's see what scandal this is.
You know, Chloe, for a chick whose face I can't see because she's always wearing a helmet, you're pretty cute. I'm not human, Earth primate. But you are the girl model of whatever it is you are, right? Affirmative. At this point, that's totally close enough.
Man, what smells like butt? Oh, hey, Nils. How about you and your butt and its odor take a hike before I puke?
But
It'd be a real shame if you had to leave your butt here because it was anchored to my foot. Now beat it! Hi, Chloe. How's it, I mean, you know, what's up and stuff?
Bobby, we need to work on you a little.
Oh, that's, I would say sweet, but I'm not really sure if it is. Anyway, there's something way more interesting going on over here. But many things more interesting than Bobby Zilch's love life. Let's see.
Let me go!
What to do with small bully assistant?
Geez, I don't know. Could you put him in that deadly Nelson you were talking about?
Could. On such tiny opponent, all blood might drain out ear holes.
Ah! Shut up, Benny!
On other hand, blood from constricted trunk could rush to tongue.
And?
Tongue swells, pops. Most blood drains back down throat.
Interesting.
Less mess that way. Mouth stuffed with giant tongue can't scream. So quieter.
Ah! Shut up, Benny! You have something less drastic?
Could use half Deadly Nelson.
What's that?
Like Deadly Nelson, but less dying.
How much less?
Half.
What happens the other half of the time?
Opponent lives. Spends the rest of short life praying for death.
Hey! Can you hear me down there? Maloof? Shut up, Benny.
Seriously, Maloof, I apologize. Call off your goon, and I'll never bother you again. Ever!
The thing is, Benny, you're never gonna bother me again either way. So you're gonna have to offer something a lot better than that.
Like what?
Any ideas, Mikhail?
Know anything about giant hairless bear?
No.
Out of ideas. Preparing Nelson.
Well, wait. Maybe. Maybe I did see something like that. Give me a minute to think.
You ready to talk, Benny?
Hold on. It'll come to me.
Oh, they're having fun.
Hey, you guys aren't going around taking people's brains out, are you?
Not yet, but maybe we should do some market research on that and see if there's a demand for that service.
Hey, you guys aren't going around taking people's brains out, are you?
Not yet, but maybe we should do some market research on that and see if there's a demand for that service.
You're not going to, kill Benny, are you?
Difficult to say.
You're not going to, kill Benny, are you?
Difficult to say.
You should take advantage of this time to quietly reflect upon your life, Benny.
Raz, buddy! You gotta help me!
No, I don't. Now here's something interesting. There is a glass eye in here, which you have to use telekinesis to grab. That is the only time the telekinesis is ever used in that way, and if you're not aware of, that fact, which you really have no reason to be. It's definitely not immediately obvious. In fact, it's kind of a villainous move. Now, head back out here. And as you can see, this is really the intended way to get to this condor egg that I already accidentally got. Now, my main concentration, which I legitimately forgot I was really trying to do for a few minutes, is getting up on top of this tree. We no longer have to rely on spotty geometry in order to do so. We also don't have to come up here at all, but it's in a weird roll. Anyway, it's just a matter of jumping to... Oh! Oh, here's a neat little thing. Yep, you can find the campfires and, well, get them fired up again. You get absolutely nothing for it, not even a Steam achievement or something, it's just kind of fun to do. And a dinosaur bone. Yay! Now let's discuss the current situation with our dear friend, the janitor.
Hey, Mr. Cruller. I'm a trained levitator now. You have to admit, that would come in handy to clean those high-up type places.
I could go up to the store on the main lodge and buy a cobweb duster that would do the same thing. Levitation.
Yeah, well, levitation cost 800 arrowheads. Alright, now there is a bear here, which I just have the worst time killing for some reason. And he is blocking the path to another scavenger hunt item. Well, not so much blocking, but he's making it very difficult. You can indeed set bears on fire. This is not an effective way to kill bears. Which is not what you would think, but it's not. Unfortunately, you can also set yourself on fire. That's an effective way to kill yourself. Now, what I am looking for is this thing. You might have heard it buzzing earlier. It is a, well, it's a little beehive. And our goal here is to just knock it down. At which point it reveals the fertility idol. Hooray. Set this on fire too. Neat. I think it just cozies the place up a little bit. Also, you might have heard that growling noise. I have no idea where that came from. I think the bear on the hill is supposed to be the source, as opposed to the bear on the mine, but, I guess he just got really angry after the whole setting him on fire thing. Now, before we get too deep into the main lodge area...
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
I had a few things I wanted to clean up in the cabins.
Kids' cabins area.
With pleasure.
Scene, which I just completely forgot even existed.
What are you listening to?
I can't quite make it out, but something coming out of those speakers reminds me of my nightmare.
What are you listening to?
And she just repeats that. Now it looks like there's something interesting going on. Not over there. Nice flower, though. Down there.
Charge!
Coach is having some flashbacks.
I don't care how long you two have been partners. James is my boyfriend now. Do you know what that means?
Well, he wears his good parade chaps a lot more.
Yes, he's less filthy, that's part of it. But the biggest change is that he can't possibly waste as much time as he used to hanging out with his loser friends.
I don't like you.
And I don't like you. So that covers everything we have in common. Now for the differences. I'm going to be with James all the time from now on. You're going to have to stay as far away from us as possible, or I'm going to make your life more miserable than I imagine it already is.
Hey, JT.
Hey, JT. I could use a hired gun on this brain stealing case I'm working on.
Huh? Oh, sorry, Rez. I'm a little preoccupied right now. Got a lot of figuring to do.
Hey, JT. I could use a hired gun on this brain stealing case I'm working on. Chicks.
Tell me about it.
Hey, there's this whole brain stealing thing going on that you should know about.
Rasputin, not now!
I'm kind of noticing that these kids seem to be a little more preoccupied with, other aspects of being at a summer camp. Anyway, there's a card, the last card in the area, floating around up there. And it's not too hard to get to if you remember what you're doing. There are these two nets that are set up around here, and I forgot something really important, that being that you can double jump after leaving a net. I also forgot about forward momentum and physics, which didn't do me any favors at all. I did learn that you can grind on that little wooden railing there, though. Anyway, double jump. And you got to remember that especially right at the top of this thing here, because if you do not double jump, you are not going to hit this. Little note about the vastly inferior PSN thing. Oh yeah, the scavenger item. The vastly inferior PSN version. Because of the input lag that goes into just about everything you do, it is very difficult to get that second jump to get to that tightrope. A little bit frustrating.
Hey, I need that for my scavenger hunt. It looks like it's completely frozen in a big block of ice.
Now this has been waiting for us for a while. Finally. The turkey sandwich. Which is all nice and toasty now. On my list of priorities, the next thing is... yeah, the main lodge. So here's something fun to do. Look at how fast that levitation ball takes you. Straight into a faceplant against the fence. Nobody's hanging out here, but this is home to the last outstanding thing on the main campground. This one stupid car. That was it. That was it. There's nobody down here by the little hay target thing. There's nobody up on this little hill. Of course, those would have normally been GT and Mikhail, so it's not surprising. And there's nobody here.
That's weird. Those guys just left all their stuff out here. Wonder what happened to them.
A little bit worrying, too. Maybe somebody in the lodge has seen them. Thank God the band is okay.
Drum solo! Woo! You heard the man. Kitty! Oh, Kitty. Girl! Ooh, oh, oh. Kitty! What? Kitty!
Oh.
Kitty, you so fine, girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Switch it up, Quentin. Come on.
Miss Boo Bye. Boo Bye.
That's not even a song, dude. That's like a
guys
weird
want,
slow
like
jam.
A replacement vocalist or something?
In the city.
Oh, God.
She's so pretty. It's a pity. This little titty. My itty bitty. Kitty, kitty. My perfect fitty. Makes me out giddy. My oven mitty. I'll never quitty. So
it's like
very
watching
witty.
A train wreck.
She got no zitty.
Train wreck. I need to go.
Soon we'll go steady in the city.
Oh my God, he's still going.
She's so pretty.
I'm so sorry.
It's a pity.
I have to leave.
TV. Hacky sack.
Yes, hacky sack.
Oh no! They're all brainless!
Hi, Raz.
Vernon, you're okay!
Yeah, we're great. Me and my pals Kitty and Frankie are just hanging out telling stories and watching the boob tube.
TV.
Vernon, look at them. They're zombies.
It did seem kind of weird when they let me get this close to them, and then they didn't mind when I talked all through the show. Kitty even agreed to go on a date with me, more or less. We're gonna play hacky sack.
Keep an eye on them, Vernon. I'm gonna go figure out what's causing this.
Roger that, Raz. Did you ladies know one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War was fought at the shore of this very lake? Yup, it's true. It happened back when this place was still an Indian summer camp and burial ground. A group of Union soldiers got separated from their regiment. Night was falling, and they were cold and scared of Dracula. Boo. I'm kidding. They were just terrified of getting shot. Though I'm sure any of them with any sense were afraid of Dracula too. They stumbled across an old building. You could still see it on the far side of the lake. So they decided to spend the night there. Little did they know it was an abandoned Indian insane asylum built on a caveman burial ground. Yup. Little did they also know that a cursed fish lived in the asylum and that he was an escaped lunatic, but from a different asylum. So even though he was actually living in an asylum, he was still counted as escaped. And what was his curse, you ask? Where his gills should have been? He had hooks. Yup, and where one of the hooks should have been, he had a lung. Yup, a lung. And instead of being about 14 inches long, he was 10 feet tall. But that wasn't the scariest thing. The scariest thing, the absolute scariest thing, and the thing that still makes the old-timers' blood turn to ice, and vice versa, is the part I said first about how he had hooks for gills. Oh, brr. Anybody need a hug?
No, but that was an awesome story, thank you.
Without their brains. They seem so nice now.
No? Okay then, anybody mind if I tell that story again?
Maybe these
Speak
guys
up
are better
now
off
if you
without
don't
their
want to
brains.
hear it
They seem
again.
so nice now.
Here we go. Did you ladies know one of the bloodiest
what's wrong?
battles of the Civil
know what?
War was fought at the
You
shore
might
of
as well
this
just
very lake?
Just say that forever. Oh, God.
It's true.
It's a
Quentin.
pity!
Why?
This little titty! My itty bitty!
There's nothing of interest left in the shop just yet, but, I kinda like those little monsters going, yay, dream fluffs, then that third one from the left just kinda, eh. Now, there was something extremely important that I wanted to check on. Yeah, it's that chimney. I think, yeah. So let's see. Crystal and Clem said they were on the roof.
I'm so happy, Clem.
Me too, Crystal.
It's going to be great, isn't it?
Super great!
We're going to be so powerful, aren't we?
More powerful than you can imagine.
I can't wait. The sunset's beautiful, isn't it?
It will be more beautiful afterwards.
When we've done what we're going to do.
Yes, when we finish the project.
The people down there look like ants, don't they?
They are ants, Crystal. Cruel, cruel little ants.
Oh, Clem, it's not their fault.
Still, they're gonna be sorry.
Yes, that's true. They will all be sorry. Hey, is that Nils down there with Chloe?
Whoa, that's weird.
Oh, man. I've got to tell Elka.
What's the point?
I guess soon there won't be much point to any of this, will there?
Not when we finish.
The project.
Yes.
You hear about Elton and Milka?
No, what?
Totally a couple now.
No way. I thought Elton loved Lily.
Yeah. Well, and I thought Milka loved Quentin.
Well, I guess if people's love was something you could trust, we wouldn't be here now, would we?
Good point as always, Clem.
Well, are you ready?
Just one more minute. Let's just watch the sun until it sets.
All right. Let's let people have one last sunset before things change forever.
Forever.
What are you guys doing up here?
Oh, hey, Raz!
Didn't see you there.
We're just looking at the sunset.
Shh. Just wait until he leaves.
It is a nice sunset, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh. A little bit concerned about those two, but well, I guess there's not much we can really do about it. So, since we are clear of this area, might as well turn some cobwebs and stuff.
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
Let's go to my sanctuary.
Yes, noble Psycho Master.
There's not really much for reason to be down
Agent
here,
Cruller?
and unfortunately,
How goes
Ford
the
himself
training?
doesn't have any new dialogue.
I'd better go.
But
Lots of work to do.
Good luck, Rasputin.
I did get a couple of cobwebs, and I should have enough cards after that to
And
be
don't
able
go
to
pulling that out when I'm physically nearby, or I'm telling you, I'm gonna eat it.
show off some bacon. Yeah. Okay. To get those last couple of ranks before I have a upgrade. Hell yeah! Ah, yes, the wrecking ball. I'll be able to show that off in just a few moments. Our next upgrade you might have noticed is for our shield. You might have also noticed that we do not have a shield. That is not a thing that we are in possession of.
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
I don't think that it is actually physically possible to get above
Agent 9's lab, please.
our current level
With
before the
pleasure.
shield power-up kicks in. Just, interesting little thing. You could almost do it. Alright, Sasha. Let's hit the tumbler again. And I'll see the rest of you.
Okay. I'm a certified levitator now. Ready to roll.
I've been running some tests. It seems that the sensitive circuitry of the brain tumbler is picking up too much psychic interference to be safe. The thoughts of some other entity are interlacing with yours at a dangerous level, which explains many of the strange things you've seen. I must call off the experiments until we know more.
Sasha, there's no time. I think my vision about Dogen came true. I'm worried it's gonna happen to the others if we don't get to the bottom of this quick.
But we don't know where the foreign projections are coming from yet.
Is there a faster way to find out than sending me in there to investigate?
Actually, we're not quite going to the tumbler. Now that we have levitation, we can actually finish off the remaining 2 levels that are open to us, that being Sasha's gallery, and of course, go in and mop up Mia's dance party. I'm actually going to the dance party first, just because she's got those little teleport rooms to make it a bit easier to navigate.
Rasputin, darling, what are you doing back here?
Just came to dance. Is that okay?
Of course! The party never ends in here. Roll away. I'm going to be in another part of my mind, tending a party I'm having with some old memories, but you have fun here.
Not much to do here except clean up all the cobwebs, collect all the figments, and get any vaults that are left.
Yep. So when you actually return to somebody's mind, the psychics in particular will actually be able to communicate with you again. It's kind of neat. It certainly explains some of the idiosyncrasies in the levels. Now, before I mentioned that there was a figment that I had missed in here, and I happened to see it in the video in 2 different places. As it turns out, only one of them is correct. Fortunately, the 2 times I thought I saw it, it was in this same general vicinity. And it was actually down in the cusp right before I hit the ball return bounce. I may have forgotten to include it, whatever, it's not that big a deal. It's just hard to see lime green on a very vibrant background. Also, neat thing that I never really took notice of before, that entrance is through the checkered flag, so if you come to the race area, you can't go backwards.
Ready?
Absolutely cannot go backwards.
Go, baby, go!
Now, I'm not going to show you all the stuff that I did during the race. I mean, it's just finding a lot of figments that I didn't pick up before. A lot. About 40-something. And, of course, it goes a lot slower because I'm searching for these impossible-to-see neon things against this bright background, and you just... I'll spare you the details. I'll eventually spare you the details. Just wanted to get some of this shown, because you saw that even just those stars right at the beginning, I did not get. Anyway, the very, very last figment that I got in here, I needed to look up a guide for. And that is because it is almost completely invisible. So, here's your quiz. See if you can spot it before I pick it up. Yeah, did you see that? I didn't either. Absolutely ridiculous. I was trying to figure out a way to get through this area. 97 on 97, hooray! I was trying to figure out a way to get through this area without needing to finish the race, but unfortunately, once you enter the race, you either need to just finish this off or leave the mind. Now, we picked up the Wrecking Ball as a result of getting to rank 50, and the Wrecking Ball, as you can see, gives the levitation sphere those little spiky bits. It makes the sphere roughly as powerful as your Psychic Fist, so when you're going full speed, you can basically just smash through anything that gets in your way. Hooray!
You did it! You are quick like greasy lightning! I'm so proud of you, darling!
It's actually not as useful as it probably sounds, because chances are you're not going to be going full speed with the levitation ball very often, but it's still pretty cool. Now, the stupid fan room. The missing cobweb is right underneath where we start, so of course I didn't see it. Tricky move.
Got it!
And there are a couple of figments in this particular room. Less, actually, than I thought there were, so that saved me a bit of trouble. Only a bit, though. Unfortunately, they are, well, they move. I think... Well, they move, and they're not moving over the vents that give you full altitude, so you really just have to fall on them and get lucky. 51 and 57. There. No, dancing lady. I should really hit. Oh, yes, there's a weird eyeball monster. And the dancing lady who really has no choice but to come down here eventually, and I am waiting for her. There. So Mia's dance party does have a little bit of a dick move in it, other than, you know, putting figments on that racetrack, because that's just awful. And that is that there are a couple of figments that are surrounding Mila, and you literally cannot get them the first time you come to the level. Because the game just automatically has you talk to Mia when you get to this general vicinity, even before you're on the platform. And these things are surrounding her. There are, I believe, 3 in total? Possibly just the 2? Either way, I'm going to grab all of them.
Jerk!
Right there!
Total buzzkill!
Hooray! And that finishes off the dance party completely. I would normally have to use smelling salts to get out of the level, which would push us all the way back to Sasha's lab. But fortunately, Mia's level happens to have the little, teleport bugs here. So, we just need to talk to him, and he can take us to the collective unconscious. And now that we're here, we can finish up Sasha's shooting gallery.
Oh no, what are you doing back in here?
Practicing.
Oh, would you like to run the course again?
Yeah, Run the course? But all that sensor overload stuff, that was an accident.
Oh, Raz, I knew you were going to overload that switch. I would have done the same thing at your age. It was all arranged to make you an expert fighter, and it worked. Now, if you'd like to run the course again, just shoot the controller on any given face. To close that face up and open another, shoot any sensor valves you see. Fair enough?
Even the part where the giant sensor had you on the stamp?
Okay, that part got a little out of hand. We won't be seeing him again.
Not much to do here except clean up all the cobwebs, collect all the figments, and get any vaults that are left.
Destroy them all.
Ow!
I messed up his hair. Now the one I am looking for is the mobile. And you can see that all the valves have the little pictures that give you a basic idea of what you're looking for. Now the mobile, of course... Oh! My ricochet shot is going to plug up the holes, which means that I can't really fight sensors properly while I'm here. That could complicate things a little bit. Anyway, this mobile was specifically made so that there are figments that you absolutely cannot reach until you have levitation, which seems a little bit jerky, but whatever. Oh, yeah, and then my screen inexplicably crashed the desktop because Steam wanted to update itself. That was cool. It also completely threw me off. Fortunately, if you threw me off too badly, there's a one-up right there. It didn't, but I was not quite up to snuff after that, as you can see. as you might also be able to see, this is the only other figment up here, and there's really no point in climbing the entire mobile. I forgot this, or couldn't see it, or was just making sure, and wound up staying in this particular little pocket for a bit too long. Part of the problem, of course, being that, as you can see, the all figments collected message didn't fire off, which means I'm missing a figment somewhere. And it could just be that I didn't go all the way up on... Oh, that's not good. Could just be that I didn't go all the way up on this particular area, but that's not the case. I'm just plain missing a figment. Still, it's kinda neat to climb up here. I like the background of this place. I don't know if it's supposed to, like, resemble a neuron net or something, but, it's pretty neat. Anyway, missing one figment. And I basically resolved myself to just... that was cool. It's just, going around to all the different stations until I happen to find it. Fortune smiled upon me. And this first station I happen to go to, it's right there. That was easy. Now, unfortunately, Sasha's mind... Yeah, we're done. Sasha's mind does not have a little teleport worm. I'm not sure if it maybe is hiding in one of these areas, but I'm pretty sure that he just plain does not have one, so this actually does require smelling salts to get out of the level. Very unfortunate.
Man, these things smell terrible. Am I sure I want to do this? Yes, I want to go back to the real world that badly.
No, okay, for real. We're going back on the hairdryer.
Okay.